Hello and a very warm welcome to this special edition of Rajya Sabha Television Question Hour from the Parliament House complex, where we get you important unstart questions asked by the members of the Rajya Sabha and the answers given by the government. And today we'll get you important answers pertaining to the Ministries of External Affairs, Department of Space, Women and Child Development and also HRD. And joining me is my colleague Rajat.
Thanks, Kriti. Let's take our viewers to important questions of the day.
Well, Rajat, the first question has been asked by T. Ratnawel, and he asks whether it is a fact that studios have been set up in Pakistan to promote propaganda and manage contents on social media to mislead the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Well, government replied, and in his reply, V.K. Singh, who is Minister of State for Defence, he answered, as per the available information, continued attempts are being made to promote false and malicious propaganda from Pakistan with an objective to create disharmony in India and particularly in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, such propaganda is disseminated through various platforms including social media. Government consistently monitors the situation and takes all possible measures to maintain law and order and safeguard the national interest and integrity. Now, moving on to next question, Kriti, whether it's a fact that India and China have jointly agreed to identify a special project in Afghanistan in the field of capacity building.
Well, Rajat, Lal Singh Vadodia has asked this question and the answer has been given by MOS External Affairs, Mr. V.K. Singh. And he says that during the informal summit between Prime Minister and Chinese President in Wuhan earlier this year, the two leaders discussed the possibility of cooperation between India and China in Afghanistan. Both sides have agreed to undertake joint capacity building program for Afghan diplomats in India and China later this year.
Next important question was whether the launch of another powerful communications satellite with military applications, GSAT-11, has been postponed. The question was asked by S.K. Silvara.
So, Union Minister Jitendra Singh has given the answer to this, and the answer is in affirmative. That GSAT-11 launch is postponed. Based on the experiences of GSAT-6A, Apex Committee suggested a few extra tests on GSAT-11. Since this facility is not available at the launch site, the satellite was brought back to Bangalore. The spacecraft has successfully passed the test and is now ready for launch. All the necessary tests have been performed and it is confirmed that the spacecraft is healthy for launch. That's a moment for pride for all Indians, Rajat. Moving on to the next question, and Jos K. Mani has asked whether ISRO currently holds just 0.6% of the global satellite launch market despite its highly successful performance in launching of rockets.
Well, yes, Kriti, MOS PMO Jitendra Singh replied, ISRO has been launching national satellites meant for meeting the Earth's observation, communication and navigational requirements of the country to cater various societal needs. As on date, 237 foreign satellites belonging to international customers from 29 countries have been successfully launched using PSLV. Now, starting from 1993 till date, PSLV has completed 43 launches, of which 2 launched failed. Overall success rate of PSLV has been 95%. Well, that is quite a good percentage, I would say. Right. Now, next question was asked by KK Rajesh, and that was the details of fund allocated and utilized to address malnutrition among children using the last 5 years.
So, Women and Child Development Minister Menaka Sanjay Gandhi has given this answer, and she says that the ministry is implementing Anganwadi Services Scheme for adolescent girls under the Umbrella Integrated Child Development Services Scheme as direct targeted interventions to address the problem of malnutrition in the country. And as per the recent report of National Family Health Survey conducted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in 2015-16, 35.7% children under 5 years of age are underweight and 38.4% are stunted, indicating a reduction from the previous survey conducted in 2005-06, which reported 42.5% children under the age of 5 years as underweight and 48% stunted. So certainly a breather here, Rajat.
Yep.
Now moving on to the next question, and this one has been asked by Mahesh Poddar, and he asks whether the Nirbhaya Fund is being utilized for building new forensic labs in the country.
Well, yes, the minister replied in the affirmative and said the proposal of the Ministry of Home Affairs to set up model forensic science lab at Central Forensic Science Lab, Chandigarh, with advanced infrastructure and equipment responsible for conducting forensic analysis of all cases of country, including sexual assault, criminal paternity and homicide, has been apprised by the Impart Committee under Nirbhaya Fund and financial outlay of Rs 99.76 crore. Now, MHA has submitted a proposal for upgradation of DNA facility of 4 state forensic science laboratories at Agra, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. The important question of the day, of course, also was by Derek O'Brien about the average quantum of waste collected per day in the country.
Well, that's an important answer that the government has given, and the government says that the average quantum of waste collected in statutory urban towns, including cans and boards in the country, is about 1.45 lakh ton per day, and rural share is about 3 to 4 lakh ton per day of organic or recyclable waste. That's a huge amount, Rajat. Right. And at the onset of the Swachh Bharat mission in 2014, the waste processing was only about 19%, which has increased to 33.15% as on June 30th, 2018. So Rajat, the next question has been asked by Ajay Pratap Singh, and he asks whether government is aware of any scheme aimed at providing benefits to bright students by providing them cycles, mobile phones, laptops in Madhya Pradesh.
Well, Kriti, in his reply, Minister of State for the HRD, Upendra Kushwaha, replied, the state government of Madhya Pradesh provides an amount of 25,000 for laptop to bright student who acquire 75% or more marks in class 12 state board examinations. The cycle and mobile phone scheme is not restricted to bright students only. The cycle scheme for student of government schools of class 6th and class 9th who have no schooling facility within 2 kilometers of their residence in the rural area. The mobile phone scheme is also for all students who take admission in the first year of graduation course in the government colleges.
So Rajat, questioner Mr. Ajay Pratap Singh is joining us right now. Let's talk to him about the entire issue. Sir, आपने बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सवाल पूछा है और सरकार ने एक विस्तार से जवाब भी दिया है कि कितने लोगों को ये साइकिल्स हैं, जो लैपटॉप्स हैं, ये कितने मेधावी छात्रों को प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है, कितने सेटिस्फाइड हैं आप इस जवाब से?
सबसे पहले मैं आपको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि आपने मेरे प्रश्न को इस श्रेणी में रखा है और एक अच्छे प्रश्न के रूप में उसको निरूपित किया है। आतारंकित श्रेणी में मेरा प्रश्न था और उसका उत्तर मुझे जो प्राप्त हुआ है उस उत्तर से मैं पूरी तरीके से संतुष्ट हूँ। इसलिए भी संतुष्ट हूँ क्योंकि मेरा यह सवाल जो है मध्य प्रदेश सरकार से संबंधित है और मध्य प्रदेश सरकार की जो शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में अनेक योजनाएं हैं जो छात्रों को प्रोत्साहित करने वाली हैं, जिसमें साइकिल, पाठ्य पुस्तकें, बच्चों को ड्रेस, जो मेधावी छात्र हैं उनको लैपटॉप, जो कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने वाले छात्र हैं उनको मोबाइल, ऐसे छात्र जिन्होंने 12वीं की परीक्षा में मध्य प्रदेश बोर्ड से 70% अंकों के साथ परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की है, उनकी समस्त फीस, जिन्होंने CBSE बोर्ड से 75% अंकों के साथ परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की है, उनकी समस्त फीस चाहे दुनिया के किसी भी संस्थान में एडमिशन लें। ऐसी अनेक योजनाएं मध्य प्रदेश सरकार ने शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में छात्रों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए किया है। विशेष रूप से बालिका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में जो लाडली लक्ष्मी योजना है, गाँव की बेटी योजना है और शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में कन्याओं को जो प्राथमिकता दी है मध्य प्रदेश सरकार ने, उसमें अभूतपूर्व रूप से बालिका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ी हैं। तो इस उत्तर से मैं पूरी तरीके से संतुष्ट हूँ। ये प्रश्न मैंने इसलिए किया था कि हमारे देश के अन्य प्रांतीय सरकारें इस प्रश्न के उत्तर के माध्यम से प्रेरणा लें और अपने प्रांतों में भी शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में ये नवाचार करें, और इस तरफ मेरा केंद्र सरकार का भी ध्यान करने का मकसद था। उस उत्तर के माध्यम से मुझे लगता है कि सारी प्रांतीय सरकारें और केंद्र सरकार अवश्य इस दिशा में ध्यान देंगी।
सर, कितना इम्पोर्टेंट मानते हैं इस तरह के कदम को बच्चों को मोटिवेट करने के लिए?
देखिए, आज की दुनिया में सबसे बड़ी ताकत ज्ञान की ताकत है, सूचना की ताकत है। वो ज़माना लग गया कि जब ताकत का पैमाना हथियार हुआ करते थे, शारीरिक बल हुआ करता था, भौगोलिक क्षेत्र हुआ करता था। आज जिसके पास जितनी अधिक सूचना है, जितना अधिक ज्ञान है, वो सबसे ताकतवर है, वो सबसे अधिक सर्वश्रेष्ठ है। और ये ताकत हमको शिक्षा के माध्यम से ही प्राप्त हो सकती है। हमारी भावी पीढ़ी शिक्षित हो और शिक्षित होकर देश के सर्वश्रेष्ठ नागरिक बने, और न केवल देश में बल्कि दुनिया में अपना सर्वश्रेष्ठ योगदान करें। इसलिए इस तरीके के कदम जो सरकारें उठा रही हैं या उठाना चाहिए, बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
That's right, sir. Point well taken. Thank you so much for talking to Rajya Sabha Television and sharing your views. So those were the important questions and the answers of unstarred questions asked by the members of the Rajya Sabha. That's all Rajat and I had for you in this edition of Question Hour. Prashn Kal with our colleagues Arvind Singh and Akhilesh Sumant on the other side. Stay tuned.